In 2025, online gaming is essential to gamers everywhere. Many top games played today across both PC and console are online experiences, an ecosystem that would not have been imaginable 25 years ago. However, with Xbox's entry into the market and its focus on online gaming, that would all change quickly. This is the story of how Xbox Live changed everything. The year is 1999 and the Dreamcast has just been released in North America. Online gaming has been a mainstay for PC gamers for a while now, with MMOs springing up and text-based adventures from the past. Yet for console gamers, this was not as much of a prospect. Sega and Nintendo had attempted online connectivity, but their appeal was not as broad. Sega wanted to change this with the Dreamcast. Upon launch, the Dreamcast had a built-in modem, which meant you could hook your phone line into the console and connect to the internet. Though to set everything up, we have to talk about Sega. Microsoft does have some history with this launch, providing Windows CE for the console. They would have a limited partnership that would grow sour. Sega planned to create a connected internet service called SegaNet for the console. Users would pay for the service and play games online through their servers. This was to launch in September 2000, but in March of 2000, Microsoft entered the console gaming ring. Taking notes from the Dreamcast, it had a built-in broadband modem, something that wouldn't get announced for the Dreamcast till 2001 in North America, close to before they would announce leaving the console market. Xbox Live, though it was not known by that name yet, was a massive factor in Xbox's announcement, which would be the service they provide, allowing you to connect to other Xboxes through a paid service. For many on the Xbox development team, the broadband connection was a gamble. Since most households did not have a broadband connection this early in the 2000s, that was something that was going to change really quickly though. In an interview with Xbox Live development manager Boyd Molterer, who spoke specifically about the time that they became invested in the Xbox Live service, there was one focus group we did that was influential. It was pure console gamers, and they come in and they're like, the way gaming works is, I invite my friends over, they bring a 6-pack of beer, we sit on the couch, and we're gonna play FIFA or football. They distinctly expressed no interest in playing online against people. We asked, what happens when you graduate from university? And they're like, oh. Also, with a hard drive, the new concept of downloadable content was available due to the larger storage space. This started the idea that on consoles, once a game was released, it didn't mean it was over. This meant that online gaming was a significant pillar of Xbox. In an environment where the Dreamcast was already floundering under the PS2, which didn't launch with network capabilities, SegaNet would close only a few months later after its launch, ending Sega's time in the console market, making Xbox soon the premier place for online gaming on consoles. Now it's November 15th, 2001, and the original Xbox has launched. Unfortunately, one key piece was missing. As Microsoft's president of entertainment and devices, Robbie Bach, would put it, its secret weapon was its online service. Though the Xbox had shipped with the broadband adapter, the unnamed online service was still not ready, meaning the launch did not feature online multiplayer. However, many magazines were hotly anticipating it as the reason the console could be successful in the market. That meant that the massive success of the launch, Halo Combat Evolved, had no online multiplayer. Yet that didn't stop gamers from playing online. Using services like GameSpy Tunnel and XB Connect, you could use the system link functionalities of the Xbox and connect it to people through a diverted online connection. In the early days of Xbox, this was a key way to play online with Halo, and it remained a valuable option for those who might not want to pay for a subscription service later on. Yet shortly after, on May 20th, Xbox Live would officially receive its name at E3 2002. The summer 2002 launch was moved to November 15th, 2002, exactly a year after launch. In this press release, words and phrases that are synonymous with gaming were announced. Words like gamer tags, which would be your online call sign, a friends list to see what your friends were up to, downloadable content, quick matchmaking to get you straight into the game, and the Xbox Live Communicator. This would enable you to speak to people online as you play easily, along with the ability to mute others and mask your own voice. All things that are a part of the online ecosystem today. Yet even before this announcement, Xbox Live test kits were being sent to members of the Xbox forum. They would receive test copies of NFL Fever 2003 and Revolt, which funny enough, Revolt would never be fully released. As the testing went on, more games were sent out, and according to one Reddit user, talking to the people you were playing with was mind-blowing. Talking over online gameplay had officially started. This would rev up users and showcase the different games that would be released, with two of the flagship titles, Unreal Championship and MechAssault, drawing much attention. Xbox Live was coming, and it was about to change console gaming forever. After a year of waiting, Xbox Live was kicked off with 3 games, MechAssault, Unreal Championship, and Ghost Recon, which would all become staples for Xbox Live. Xbox Live's launch was a massive success for Xbox, with November being the best-selling month for the console up to that point. Demand for it was huge, surpassing sales of the PS2 broadband adapter. It seemed that people wanted to bring console gaming online, and they were willing to pay a monthly fee in return. Xbox Live introduced paid online gaming, which was initially controversial, but paid console gaming has become the mainstay for all major console players today. Xbox Live was an exciting prospect, allowing anyone to pick up a game and experience the local multiplayer feeling, even with someone across the world. You could add friends by their gamer tags and even create new friends. It was easy to hop into a game, you didn't have to hunt through servers, you could just hop right into a match and play. It made gaming online manageable and easy for everyone. One of the notable introductions was the sleek orange label on the front of the game case, indicating that a game was live enabled. Although this didn't always mean online gameplay, as time passed, it evolved to include games that showed you were online to your friends. Not only that, but it would show you if DLC was available for the game or patches, just like Unreal Championship, which would receive the first ever online patch for a console game ever, something that had only been available for PC gamers. Though Xbox Live was only around for a few short months, it was already off to a solid start. By March 2003, Xbox Live could be easily deemed a success, with 350,000 subscribers in a short period. 3 million game sessions were started per week, and some of the most interesting elements like DLC would start hitting the system, and you'd be able to download them directly to your Xbox hard drive, with one of those games being Splinter Cell. Sure, the other consoles had online, but the integrated ecosystem of Xbox Live was something that consumers wanted, and it kept people hooked. Yet the biggest topic was Halo 2, because that would be the killer app for online gaming on the Xbox. That game would have a tumultuous release, but the E3 showcase for it in 2003 would cause surges in popularity and hype for the game. Yet in reality, it would not hit shelves until 2004, and that meant some gaps had to be filled in. Xbox planned to have 50 games out by the end of 2003 that were live enabled, and during this period, some of the best games for the service would be released. Games like Crimson Skies, with its incredible online flight combat, and Rainbow Six Siege, which scratches that excellent first-person shooter itch. At that time, Rainbow Six Siege was breaking records for time spent online in a game. Not only that, but games like Knights of the Old Republic would get DLC that enhanced the story of the game. Throw in various sports and racing games, and it felt like you could find online experiences for whatever genre you were into. Yet it was at the end of 2003 that a lot of innovations for the service began to break through. For one, EA wanted their own servers for Xbox Live, something publisher-friendly, and without that, they refused to put notable games on Xbox Live. Some of your highest-selling sports games of all time were not going online, so Microsoft set up a solution with XSN Sports, a website that would connect you to incredible online sports games like Topspin, Amped, and NFL Fever that would track your online stats, create message boards tied to the game, and you could host online tournaments. It took Xbox Live beyond the Xbox and created a whole community around it, building up that sense of community among players through these sports games. Also, the racing title Project Gotham Racing 2, released in late 2003, was one of the most innovative online experiences ever. It featured leaderboards for everything single player, so you could play alone but still feel connected to other gamers, along with a ton of online matches, DLC, and monthly competitions. It's these essential elements that were developed to perfection through Xbox Live, which would help Xbox Live reach 500,000 users by its first anniversary in 2003. Yet quickly after, in the summer of 2004, it would hit 1 million users. helped by an Xbox Live demo for Halo 2 and an official launch date at the end of 2004. The hype for the game was unreal and significantly helped Xbox Live, ultimately contributing to the console's increasing success. Xbox is an interesting case because it was a console that gained increasing popularity the longer it was alive. Xbox Live received the Tsunami update in 2004, which enabled voice messaging between friends, building an even stronger sense of community. It was this year that some excellent online experiences were released, including Dead or Alive Ultimate and Burnout 3. And yes, that means that EA finally cut a deal to start Xbox Live games. And though this did end the XSN program pretty quickly, many were happy to see games like Madden hit Xbox Live. At this point, there are too many Xbox Live games to even talk about, but you must know that one game coming out at the end of 2004 had been looming large and would be a game changer for Xbox Live. Just shy of 2 years after Xbox Live launched, Halo 2 would be released on November 9th, 2004. I have a history video on the launch of Halo 2, so I won't go too in-depth on it, and if you're interested, definitely check that video out after this one. Yet the most important thing to note is how Halo 2 would change online gaming in so many ways. The way that it had implemented clans, made setting up parties to play online and in custom games so easy, and the rollout of incredible DLC maps. This was the epitome of Xbox Live feeling like a community, and it was addictive. The online felt incredible, and the mix of game modes kept many around. It also drew many to Xbox and caused a surge of popularity for the brand based on incredible word of mouth. Halo 2 would become the highest-selling Xbox game of all time, and by July 2005, Xbox Live would double in size and reach 2 million people, which I'm pretty sure is mainly the job of Halo 2. Although another innovation was launched with Xbox Live Arcade, which started out on the original Xbox. This service allowed you to download small games through a digital marketplace. At first, it was small arcade games, yet as we know today, it would change console gaming with a heavier focus on digital marketplaces. 2005 would continue to be a strong year for Xbox Live, yet the Xbox 360 was being released at the end of the year, and it would seamlessly connect your existing account to the new console. This is a video about the rise and fall of Xbox Live 1.0 though, so we will now refer to the original Xbox Live service by that name and the Xbox 360 service as 2.0. Now 2.0 was a significant upgrade featuring Xbox Live Party Chat, enhanced profile features, achievements, and a comprehensive ecosystem tied to your account. Once again, building up that community idea of Xbox and taking it to another level. At the time, however, this did not mean the end for Xbox Live 1.0, and it would continue to remain strong into 2006. People were still playing Halo 2 with 500 million hours played by that point, and then Call of Duty 3 hit the scene, which also released on the 360. Same with Splinter Cell Double Agent, which that whole series had an asymmetrical style that was very unique. Although fewer games were being released, not everyone could afford a 360, and the original Xbox was still a great place to game. As 2007 rolled around though, we would get our final Xbox games, though the end was not quite near. Halo 2 still held a strong audience, and so did other games, but as the 360 became increasingly affordable, more and more people transitioned onto Xbox Live 2.0, games like Gears of War and Halo 3 would start dominating the Xbox Live charts, and as time went by, Microsoft felt like they were supporting a financial drain. In 2010, Larry Herb announced that Xbox Live 1.0 would be discontinued. Mark White, Xbox Live general manager, would say, "I want to start by saying this isn't a decision we made lightly, but after careful consideration, it is clear that this will provide the greatest benefit to the Xbox Live community." The major thing stated was that doing so would enable the team to make advancements with Xbox Live. Although rumors circulated, such as the idea that it was a requirement for the launch of Halo Reach, or that too many people were still playing Halo 2, and they wanted them off of the original Xbox that was easy to mod and cheat on. Whatever way you look at it though, it was over. And on tax day, April 15th, 2010, Xbox Live 1.0 would officially shut down. Although there is an excellent story of the Noble 14, who were 14 people who stayed online for days after the closure to keep Halo 2 running. Yet that would end on May 10th, 2010, and there's already a great short doc on this on YouTube, and I'm going to put a link below so you can watch that one. But with that, Xbox Live 1.0 was over. So it was the end of an era. Xbox Live was something that brought many gamers to the platform and kept people as Xbox gamers. Without games like Rainbow Six 3, Crimson Skies, Splinter Cell, and especially Halo 2, the 360 would not become the success it was. Not only in terms of the Xbox brand, but also in gaming as a whole. There were so many inventive things about Xbox Live, but one of the most important things was the sense of online community. There was nothing like having clans with all members with their special gamer tags, where you could message each other for a quick game. It also meant that console games could live on past their launch with DLC and patches, and you could get them all in one connected space. The connected space and sense of community is something that peaked here and with the 360. And though its ripples can be felt through time, I don't think anything will ever exist like it again. Yet we can hold on to those memories. Or can we go back? Well, in some ways we can. Link is still around, allowing people to connect through LAN through an online interface. Yet in 2019, we got Insignia. Insignia is an Xbox Live replacement service. It's completely free and allows you to claim a gamer tag and utilize many of the features of the original Xbox Live. And there's an active community on Discord, and though not every game is supported yet, they do plan on having them all. Luckily, Halo 2 is supported, and we can still play that today. Though the numbers might not be as high as they once were, it's still an incredible feeling playing it. It's a testament to the power of the original Xbox Live and how many still go back to it and love it. Xbox Live 1.0 changed everything. But that does wrap it up for today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, it really helps me on the algorithm. Subscribe to keep up with more retro Xbox content, and be sure to comment below with your memories of Xbox Live. I would love to hear from you. And this is a huge and different video for me, just going straight through history, and I do hope you all enjoyed it. But I also want to thank my YouTube channel members for their support. Because of their support, I can create a video like this, and I really appreciate it. But I'll see you here next time at Camp Xbox.